Alright, so we are going to be talking about my buried strategy round 1 through 50. Just to get it clear at the start here, I don't do this for speed. I had multiple people try and tell me that my strategy wasn't optimal, and I don't care. So if you're gonna sit here and tell me that my strategy's slow, I don't give a shit. I'm not making these for people who are looking for speed runs. And if you know a better strategy, I don't even know why you're commenting. Go play your own way. I'm doing this mostly for people who are kind of fresh and want an easier way that generally isn't the cheating way. Because I'm sure the people on this map are just gonna say sit in the corner. It's not fun. If you want to just have no fun, so go ahead, sit in the corner. So here we go. You got to hit the power on round 1. Just really helps speed the game up. Get the power on. Helps you really get everything set up early, so you don't have to do this later on, or like round 12. Get all your shit. So you can see right here, I'm going for the PDW first. I always put this up top of the stairs, and then after this, I'll grab the A94 chalk and put that in the best spot. A94 is probably the best gun in BO2, wall weapon wise, and one of the best ones in zombies, period. So you want to get Jug as soon as possible. Looks like I got it at round 1 somehow. Not too shabby. And this is all without the bank. If you want to use the bank and ruin the game for yourself, go ahead. It's just not fun. The bank and hitting the box on round 1 and stuff, it's just not the same. Doesn't hit the same. All these strategies are going to be the proper way. So I open up the whole map with Leroy. You can just open the doors, but I like to open all of the barriers and barricade, whatever you want to call them. So you see even right there, opening up the witch's house, which I always seem to be caught off guard. Even years later, I always forget how fucking fierce these things are. They always catch me lacking to a certain degree. So you probably want to get a decent enough gun. The A94 should be good enough, but the hammer was just mowing these fuckers down. If you come in here 2 or 3, 4 player, you're gonna get completely swarmed. That's the one thing I'm really just gonna give you a heads up. Solo is really the only way to go in there. Even on 2 player, go 1 person at a time. So I got the shitty ray gun, but I didn't have the patience to sit here for ever trying to get the Mark II. Didn't really intend to get past 50, so I didn't really give a shit. I knew I wasn't going to be using the ray gun very often, so I got the Paralyzer at round 13, which is pretty late, to be honest. I usually get the Paralyzer on my first few hits. It's one of the easier wonder weapons to get from the box in zombies. And as soon as you can accumulate 15 grand, go upgrade your 3 weapons, so you don't really have to worry about that again. And then the AN last. And you won't be coming back to the witch's house once you get all your perks, obviously. I think my last perk bottle was 16, because I just didn't visit very often. So it's only get 7 perks on this map, unfortunately. It's not like Origins where you can get 8 or 9, technically, if you do the double tap out of the chest thing. But in this map, 7. Would have been nice to maybe add even Deadshot. I'm not a huge Deadshot fan, but just to round out to a nice 8 would have been nice. So this is my strategy early on. I just like to sit in the corner with the AN and just mow them down. But I'd say between 20 and 25 is when you want to get out of here. I think I got out of here at round 21. It just got a little too hectic. Might have been 22, 23. But you can see already the bullets struggling with some of them. And my aim's just bad. It probably doesn't help. But I don't like risking it. I don't really like using any of the buildables either. So I just, as soon as they start getting too intense, I just like to get out of there and start training, which you'll see in my training spot, which I haven't seen too many people train in the area I train, but that's fine. I don't like sitting in corners. Everybody else seems to, and they look for the easiest path to get to it. I'm not gonna lie, if you want to go 50 plus on this map, you probably would have to do the subwoof resonator strategy, but again, this is a 1 to 50 strategy, and this is my strategy, and this is the way I like to do it. I don't care how other people do it. This is my area that I train, right in front of the saloon. So you want to group them all up. Obviously, you don't want to just kill some of them, because if you do, they spawn in these random-ass spots, like mostly in that back corner when you're not paying attention, and they'll come down the stairs and just catch you off guard. So you want to make sure they're all spawned in. In BO2, there's always those stragglers. There's walking zombies, which really makes this one of the harder zombies games in terms of you just always have to remember that there's a few stragglers, and they'll always catch you when you're not paying attention. Bastards. You can see here I'm still using the ray gun at round 35. Obviously, if I was using the Mark II, it'd be a lot easier to take all of these bastards down, but the Mark I still does its job. 35, still pretty damn good, but once you start reaching the 40 plus, you're really going to want to just be using the Paralyzer only. There's no real option other than that. Like I said, maybe the Subwoof Resonator if that's your thing, but I just don't have any fun. Besides sitting in the corner with the AN, which I find a lot more fun mowing the zombies' heads down and stuff than just sitting there and camping with a subwoofer where it goes brow brow and you would do nothing. I don't know, that's just not fun to me. But actually sitting there for the first few rounds and shooting their heads off and stuff with the AN, that's more fun. Still more fun than camping in BO3 and stuff with gobblegums. So you can see here I'm using even like the railing at the edge to get around. Like I'm using the entire area here to really make sure I'm not going down. It's probably the only training spot on the map that works. I can't think of any other training. Maybe over by the first box location's a pretty good spot, but for me this was always the only spot I could find that really worked for me. See, the drops on this map are there are plenty. Compared to the BO1 maps, you're going to be getting a lot of drops in BO2 and 3 and whatever other games come after. Seems like World at War and BO1, they really wanted you to suffer for drops, which I don't mind personally. You can see here I'm using the Paralyzer now, which just takes them out no issue in 45. This was how the jet gun should have been. When I watch this, it just makes me so sad that the jet gun's practically unusable. Unless you do the whole knifing thing and the 2-second cooldown. It should just be just like this, where you shoot it for a couple seconds and it just takes the entire horde out. You have to let it recharge. But even putting it away, it recharges. So this thing's always been one of my favorite wonder weapons. One of the more underrated ones. But then again, at round 100, they nerfed it, so you can't get really any kills beyond 100. Same with this liquefier, because people were just abusing both and finding ways to camp, and I just people can't ever just have fun not doing the most lazy thing in this game, it seems. It's a damn shame. Even my friend the other day was asking me, like, where do you train unburied? Like, how do you even train unburied? And now he's gonna see. Because, again, I feel like most people just don't have any idea where to train. This map's got a lot of open areas, but not really too many with training capabilities, because there's always a lot of stuff blocking those paths. This is really a 2-player. I can't really remember how my buddies and I would train. It's been so long since I've played buried 2-player. It was usually just like we'd hold down in the church until shit got too intense and then die at like 25. I don't have time. How times have changed. And you see still 45, mowing them down. This thing's just a complete monster. If you get stuck in a corner, you're probably dead. I haven't really had that happen recently with the Paralyzer. I've gotten out of some pretty sticky situations, but it's not the same as a Thunder Gun, where you can just blast it, and it really takes its time. It's the separator with these BO2 wonder weapons. There's not one that can just get you out of a corner right away. Staffs can't. This can't. Blunder Gats cannot. Even the Acid Gat will take a second. And the Liquefier, obviously. Unless you hit every zombie in front of you with individual Liquefier shots, you're going to get down. I feel like I'm missing something. There's a wonder weapon I'm probably missing, but no, I don't think so. And you see here, 50, I'm still using the same strategy. And this is usually where I stop playing, is around round 50 unburied. My highest beyond this was around 70 on the PS3 version of Buried. And around 65 to 70, I just used the sitting in the corner, the subwoof, and it just wasn't fun. So I stopped my game around 70 because it became not fun. But this strategy is at least viable into the 60s, which is where I used it up until. So didn't do that recently. That was probably 7 or 8 years ago now. But 50, definitely doable, the strategy. And it's fun. Like, I had a lot of fun. I went into this kind of dreading it. Didn't really want to play Buried very much, but I had a lot of fun. So hope you guys have fun playing Buried too, whenever you decide to play it again. Whether you use the strategy or not, I just hope you enjoy it, because it's a fun map. So that's really all I got to talk about in this video. Not too much else to mention, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be back in the next little while to talk about whatever other maps I can cook up 1 through 50s on in the next little while. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video, whatever that shall be. Take care.